Right, okay. So I've just got myself a new headset and I'm just want to test it to see if the recording goes right. Okay, so I'm going to play the 50 states of America. Massachusetts, as you can see up here. Well, we all know that. Funny one with a hook. West Virginia, so you've got West Virginia and Virginia. Montana sounds Canadian, so it's that long border with Canada. Montana. Kansas, it's just right there in the middle. It's where Kansas City is there. Right here, Florida, we all know it's there. New Hampshire, so we've got Vermont and New Hampshire. There's like two triangle ones there. Yeah, the Vermont looks like a V, so that's easy to remember. Alabama, it's got Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. So these, well, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia make the word MAG, the first letters, if you know what I mean. Okay, Michigan. So you've got Lake Michigan, which is this massive lake here. Probably the only real lake in the US, and it encircles. Michigan encircles is where Detroit is here. Anyway, Maine is this weird one up here, where like it's trying to be in Canada, and it has this thing in the election where it only has one vote or something, one Senate, Congress. I don't know. Wisconsin. Right, Wisconsin just happens to be here because Milwaukee is there. You've got Chicago here, Milwaukee, and Milwaukee has a W in it, and Wisconsin begins with a W. Washington State, not obviously Washington DC over here, but Washington State where Seattle is. So Seattle's there probably in the. It has to be there, doesn't it? Washington. Connecticut is this weird little square one there in the New World. Arizona, so there's Nevada and Arizona. It's the desert places. Colorado, also in the middle here. Perfectly square, you'll notice. Or perfectly rectangular. Ohio is this one here. Don't really know how to explain that, but yeah, that's where it is. Chicago, Illinois. So Chicago's there. Illinois. Rhode Island is this cheeky little square one there, not to be confused with Long Island, which I imagine that one is. They're so creative, weren't they, in the past with their names. Long Island. New Jersey is just this big fat one there as well. Texas, how difficult. Biggest state in the US. Pennsylvania, which is where Philadelphia is. North Carolina. So here we got North and South Carolina. North. Arkansas, which is not to be confused with Kansas, even though it has the word Kansas in it, is just there. South Carolina under North Carolina. Nevada desert. There. Maryland is this really weird, kind of weird shaped one there. It's the most awkward shaped state in the whole of the US. Okay, New Mexico, of course, it's got the border with Mexico. It's just there. Alaska, too difficult. South Dakota. So here is North Dakota, South Dakota. Boom. New York. So we all know this is Long Island and New York and blah, blah, but the actual state of New York is quite big and it's on the back of the city. Minnesota is, so yes, it's there at the top. There's something I need to tell you about this in a minute. Oregon is above, it's sandwiched between California and Washington. There we are. Indiana, which is where Indianapolis is, just happens to be there. Louisiana, so look, it looks like an L, doesn't it? An L. L for Louisiana. Wyoming is, I don't know, it sounds sort of Native American, which these are the heartlands of Native America originally, before the white man came along. And then Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. Georgia is also a country in the Caucasus, you know, in Russia, Europe, whatever. But that's Georgia. Sounds quite southern, isn't it, Georgia? Vermont, hey, the V. There you go. Idaho, just happens to be this one up here. Like, yeah, it just is. Missouri is the other M from, so this, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, you can see it better now. Yeah, so this looks like a face. That's a chef's hat. This is Missouri here, and then Arkansas and Louisiana, and he's holding on a tray some chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken. So that's Kentucky, that's Tennessee, that's Missouri. Delaware is this cheeky one slither there for some reason it is. Iowa is the eye of, so yeah, you can see his face standing out there. So I use the acronym, or is it mnemonic? No, acronym. MIMAL. MIMAL. MIMAL is the body of the chef. And you've got Tennessee and Kentucky there, so Iowa. Tennessee, the tray, beginning with T. Tennessee, which is where, what are they called? Memphis, Tennessee, isn't it, in the middle there? Kentucky, hey, chicken. Looks like chicken as well. Anyway, Nebraska is this weird one here, and it looks like a sort of train that's powering through, and maybe the N, I don't know. Mississippi River, which probably ends. You see this line going down where the nose of the face is? Maybe that's where the river goes. I don't know, man, but like at the end is Mississippi, North Dakota, South Dakota, North Dakota, California. Too hard. Utah, like Utah Saints, but you see it's got this corner cut out of it. If they'd carried on drawing it, it would have made a U, wouldn't it? U for Utah. Hawaii, that's difficult. Virginia, West Virginia, and lastly we got Oklahoma, where Oklahoma City and Tulsa are. Oklahoma City's in the middle. Boom. Thank you for watching.